Great googly moogly, I'm back. Let's see. Pop out the chat again. Get all that worked up. Oh boy, just absolutely lovely. Okay, so fuck. Trying to remember where I was and all that. And no, not V, you jackass. B. There we go. And I'll have to rename the fucking the second one. Hopefully shit like that doesn't happen again. Because my God. Let's deal with that. First and foremost, get this shit done. All right. So I'm going to change topics because I'm fucking tired of semi-depressing myself even further with like the talk of Trump and like the stupidity. Plus, I rambled on for like an hour or more just on that. I had some how to word it. Let's talk about RoboCop. Which RoboCop? Are we talking RoboCop 1, 2, 3, the remake, the TV show? Like, oh, Sammy, you've opened up a fucking can of worms on that one. Sit back and listen to my tale as to how I would make the RoboCop reboot betterer. So first and foremost, first thing, right out the gate, don't make it about drones. Don't make it about fucking drones. They're like, you don't need drones in this. You don't need to, like, RoboCop, like the original RoboCop had a message. And that's about humanity. That was the main theme. Murphy lost his humanity. He was literally crucified in like the very beginning of the movie, and he was reborn as a cybernetic cop. And he had he had lost most of his memories. He was pretty much just shoehorned into the 3 main directives, and then the 4th one, which was Omnicorp's directive. And over the course of the first movie, he slowly regained his humanity and himself. And that's why it's so poignant when the head of Omnicorp's like, "What's your name?" And he just turns and goes, "Murphy," and smiles, showing that he is who he was before turning into RoboCop. They just, kind of just hand waved it. Fuck that strong, like, really good message and theme. Let's make it about drones and like how drones are bad, and we'll I don't know what we'll do, but we'll throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. Like there were other themes in the original RoboCop, like corporate incompetence, consumerism, like how how corporations were becoming too overbearing and how they were just feeding politics so that they could get away with things and they could have control over things, like privatization of certain like first responders, like the police. Like Omnicorp wanted to buy out the police. Like the message of like crime, showing like if we don't stop what we're doing now, like we'll be living in a RoboCop future. Shit like that is what makes the first RoboCop so endearing. Like RoboCop is pretty fucking spot on for our future right now. Like corporations are trying to buy into shit. Like fucking crime is just getting more and more out of fucking hand. Like it hit the nail on the head on a lot of fucking things that happened like fucking 20 years, 30 years down the fucking road. So when it comes to the new RoboCop, first things first, and I may be considered a heretic for saying this because it is pretty heretical. You can keep the suit. You can keep the new updated black suit. Don't really give a fuck. Well, I do give a fuck because the original RoboCop suit is iconic. Just change the helmet. That's it. Like just change the helmet. Don't give him that weird fucking like biker helmet dome thing in like the weird Cylon eye. You don't really need that. Secondly, make the message more about consumerism. Make that as big a make that a bigger focus alongside losing our humanity. Because in this like something that the first RoboCop didn't do was they didn't live in the age of the internet. Like the internet was a thing, but it wasn't as widespread now. Like we are like society in general here in America and in a lot of Western world countries is heavily dependent on the internet. I can't walk down the street without seeing like 9 people out of 10 looking down at their phones while they're walking, while they're looking at YouTube stuff, or they're looking at the like online for news or something. Like that's like you see it in editorial comics nowadays, where you just see like kids just looking down with their faces glued to the screen of their fucking iPads or their iPhones or their Samsungs. Just look at us, like Sammy, me, and Jen, like, and Dan. I'm not sure if Dan's here, but like we're online a lot. Like it's a big part of our lives. Just point that out. Point that out and criticize that fucking culture. Just show it for what it is. Like show how dependent, like show how bad being dependent on something is. That would be a theme I would want. Like if I was making the RoboCop remake, that's something I'd be like, I'm gonna write this movie and I'm gonna be talking about Murphy's humanity and him reclaiming his humanity, and how consumerism is getting way out of hand, and how we've grown far too dependent with the internet. Like, so I like if I was going to do something on this, first and foremost, let's go step by step with this goddamn plot that they had. So Murphy has a wife and kid. He has a son. You can change it however you want. He could have a daughter. He could have 2 kids, 6 kids, however many kids. Point is, he has a loving family. I would do it how I would change it is for a modern age. When it comes to in the original RoboCop, he was killed by just a bunch of thugs, just random nobodies. I would do it so that in the remake, Murphy's a detective. Murphy's a cop. He's a fairly veteran cop. He's been on the force a lot, not too long to where he's like this. I'm drinking my 6th scotch while I'm sitting behind my desk, smoking cigarettes, and looking through my half-open blinds at this fucking cyberpunk city. Like, I'd have it so that, like, he's known throughout the police force. He's like, his kids look up to him. I'm not gonna have him like shaking the goddamn mayor's hand or some shit like that. But he's a detective now. I'd have it so that there's like maybe a string of murders or some crime happens in like Detroit, and he starts diving into it. And I'd say like this movie would probably be like a 2-hour movie, maybe 2.5, pushing it. Like the first half hour would be like we establish Murphy's family, Murphy's friends, the cast of characters that are going to be there to support Murphy when he becomes RoboCop, and fleshing out Murphy's character. I would and like that same half hour to like maybe 45-minute mark is him tracking down this crime. And he's digging through it, and he starts realizing that Omnicorp is effectively staging a coup of sorts. Like, just they're squeezing, like maybe like the mayor gets killed, or his assistant gets killed or something like that, and Murphy finds out that Omnicorp did it because the mayor was against like them building Omni City. I think that's the name of the city that they wanted to build in the first RoboCop movie. And I'd have them find out about that. And Omnicorp finds out that Murphy's gotten into too deep of water. He's knee deep in this red tape now. And they don't want him to release this information or get it out to the public or something like that. And I'd have them blow up his car. Or basically cause an accident that completely horribly cripples him. And from that point onwards, I would have Omnicorp go, you know what? This would be a good way. This would be a good way to have people agree with us a little bit more. We'll tell them that Murphy's not fully dead. He's in critical condition. Don't get us wrong. And like there's some people that like look up to him and stuff. We'll change him. We'll turn him into RoboCop. Or another way they could do it, like Omnicorp is just like, yep, he was dead. Like they have the fucking assistant or like one of the villains who's like in the mayor's office or something, cover it up. Just be like, yep, Murphy's dead. Murphy got killed in a random car accident. It's sad. His family's sad. Like there were no remains. And Omnicorp just brings him in because they're like, wait a minute, we could use him. And we can have like the same guy from the first movie, I forget his name, the guy who creates RoboCop, being like, whoa. Like, let's use him in the test subject. Let's use him as a test subject. He has no rights. He has no rights anymore. He's our property now. Like, he lost his rights the moment he stepped into like our big scheme. And so you do the same thing that happened in the RoboCop remake and in RoboCop. You have him being worked on, built, that sort of shit. You can have the old suit and stuff like that as an homage, like they did in the reboot. And from that point onwards, just play it off like a normal, like the original RoboCop. Like have the goons that did that plan. Like have the goons that did that plan be glimpses of his memory. Like, or another thing you could do is RoboCop stumbles into that plot again, and he has to reinvestigate it. And like at every turn, the pieces aren't fitting into place, and that's because he has a directive that's fucking him over, just in case he did stumble on it again, because they just let him out on the streets. At ED209, I'd have ED209 in that. I'd have it be more efficient. I'd have them fucking flimsy as shit, because profits, they're still effective for what they are. You could make a message on that, oh well, we the Note 7, how Samsung made the fucking Note 7 and it was blowing up. And they were like, oh noes, we're going to recall it. And then when they just released their information on their investigation on it, they were like, yeah, it was our real, we cheaped out on the batteries. We cheaped out really bad on the batteries, and if they were overcharged, they'd explode. We're sorry. Have something like that for ED209? It's just a small design flaw that's really fucking minuscule. Something so trivial. And they did it to cut prices. Just to cheap out so that they could make a bigger profit. Do something with ED209 like that. Maybe he has a battery problem. Maybe it's a hydraulics problem, or some of the materials he's used aren't up to snuff for the shit he has to be put through. Something like that. And I'd have I'd had RoboCop with a human hand. When I was looking at the RoboCop remake stuff in the articles, and I saw the human hand that he had, I was like, I think I know where they're going to go with this. It's going to allow him to touch his kid and touch his wife with a human hand so that he could feel something. That he has more humanity in this version than he did in the other one. It'd be a perfect and I remember talking to Napalm about this years ago. I told him, I was like, I can already see a scene where because they showed a picture or a teaser trailer, and it had him kneeling down next to his son, and he put his human hand on his shoulder, and his son was crying and smiling at the same time, and he was smiling. I was like, there's gonna be a scene where he's gonna fucking do that, and it's gonna be a fond, tender moment, because he can feel his son with that hand, and his son can feel his father holding him and hugging him, meaning that he's not just a robot with a human's face on him and organs in a fucking plastic bag inside of him. And then they were just like, no, that's bypass the drone laws here in the United States. He's technically a human. You got a human hand holding a gun. And so, I'd have the human hand and do that scene correctly when he finally starts remembering his wife and stuff. And you could have it so, his wife is remarried. You can add that romantic subplot, triangle. She still loves Murphy and she wishes he was alive, and then she finds out that he's alive. And she doesn't know how things are going to go back to the way they were, and she can't be with him because he's a robot now, or a cyborg. but like she still loves him and wants to be with him, and like his son is like still torn over like the fact that like what happened to his father, but he thinks he's a superhero or something. And like you could have the fucking the new husband be like a prick or something because he's like, you're not a man. What is a man? And like have something like that. Or you could have him be supportive too. Like you like just show that like matter of fact, you could to add that whole like we're so reliant on the internet and we're losing our humanity or like our empathy because of it. Have him like apathetic to him. Have a lot of like have most of Chicago apathetic to RoboCop. Like have the cops distrust him because he's a fucking robot, and he's Omnicorp. Have like people distrust him simply because he's a cop. You could play that up because that's a big topic right now is just the police. And like you could have like the whole body camera shit be playing into it because RoboCop like RoboCop has directives. He can't kill people. He can shoot to kill only when it's absolutely necessary. And his visor records everything. So like he's the best cop in the fucking force. And so like a lot of police are getting pissed off about this because they're going to lose their jobs. You could have like RoboCop doing a lot of good things for Detroit, and that's upping people's trust of him, but less of the other cops that are just corrupt. So shit like that. So like yeah, that's what I would do for a RoboCop movie. Like I'd have him fight Ed 209. I'd have the fucking RoboCop goddamn theme. I would have fucking the Basil's fucking phenomenal soundtrack. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna have a dubstep remake fucking cover song of like the RoboCop theme playing in like one or two scenes for like 30 seconds. It's goddamn RoboCop's theme. It's fucking iconic. Put that in the beginning of the fucking movie and at the end and have that as the main theme throughout the movie. That's what you do. That's how you make a remake. You change things enough so that they're different, but at the same time they feel familiar. Like that's a big old fucking problem of that was one of the probably the biggest problems with the fucking Ghostbusters remake. The fact that they changed way too much of it and it was just a horribly cobbled together movie. I'll say it. I don't care if people say I'm an anti-feminist or a fucking an MRA for saying that. It's the truth. Like the cast had no chemistry. The plot was just fucking lazy. It made no goddamn sense, and it was just kind of meh. They could have done so much more interesting shit. Like, I remember when they were talking about the Ghostbuster remake, they were saying that the Ghostbusters, like Ghostbusters 1 and 2, existed. Those had happened in the universe. And so I was like, oh, okay, so that means like it's going to be an all-woman team and the Ghostbusters are going to be retired or something and they're just going to pass the torch on to this new generation of Ghostbusters and they're going to fight off against some kind of fucking like big poltergeist threat. Okay. Kind of already have a third movie in the form of the Ghostbusters video game. But okay then. Whatever floats your boat. I'll give it a shot. And then they're like, oh, well, they're going to be laughed at because, like, ghosts don't exist, even though Ghostbuster 1 and 2 happened. And then when that came out, I was like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. 100-foot marshmallow man trampled through Manhattan in the first movie. And then in the second movie, the fucking Statue of Liberty marched off of her pedestal, waded through the Hudson, marched through fucking Manhattan, and smashed into a fucking museum that was covered in fucking jello. Like, you can't say ghosts don't exist. Not after the shit that's happened in Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And then that changed. To where they were just like, yeah, we're just going to have the original, like Dan Aykroyd and, oh, fuck. Oh, my God, I forgot his fucking name. Son of a bitch. Bill Murray. Oh, thank God I remembered it. They were just like, oh, we're gonna just have Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and oh God, who played Winston again? Ernie Hudson. Like you have the three the three living remaining cast members of the Ghostbusters in there, and like they'll just be cameos. They're no longer Ghostbusters, and we'll have them do funny things. And it's like, God damn it, people! Like this is just a cash grab remake. Like what's that fucking Tim Burton Johnny Depp movie? Dark Places. So it's the one where he's a vampire. I remember watching the TV series on Sci-Fi when I was a kid, when I was sick, and I stayed home. And I have to look it up because I can't fucking remember it because I'm fucking spacing out for some goddamn reason. Dark Shadows. That's it. I was half right. Said Dark Places. Like Dark Shadows. Like that was a cash grab. That in itself was a cash grab. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That was a cash grab. Fucking the Alice in Wonderland movie. I know a lot of people like that movie. It was kind of a cash grab. Tim Burton's doing Dumbo. Yes, I am, Dan, and thank you. Like, that's a cash grab. Like, just a lot of remakes nowadays are just cash grabs. Total Recall, like the remake of that, cash grab. Like the new Predator movie, I'm holding out that it's not a cash grab. I'm holding out something fierce on that one. Like they said, there's going to be a kid or something in that movie, and like 50 Cent's supposed to be in the movie too. And I'm like, oh, this sounds like a cash grab movie. Like Blade Runner. We should talk on Skype about movies at some point, Dan. Like the new Blade Runner movie looks blah. That Ridley Scott is doing cash grab movies now. I'm surprised he hasn't done a Gladiator 2 yet. Like, Blade Runner does not need a sequel. Ew. I'm so sorry, Dan, that you saw Suicide Squad. I am. See, that is surprising that you have more hope for the new Blade Runner movie than I do, Sammy. Because like I don't know what they can do. I don't know what they can do with the new Blade Runner movie. Like, is it new replicants? Like, is that it? Is it just going to be like a shot-for-shot remake / reboot of Blade Runner for like the modern age? Are they going to do something about like the Tyrell Corporation? Like, are they going to fucking? Are they going to be more faithful to the book? Do androids dream of electric sheep? Is Ryan Gosling going to be a human, or is he going to be a new replicant? Like, and then Ridley Scott's gone back on his vision for Blade Runner because he's the one he was the one that confirmed that, like, oh yeah, Deckard's a replicant. And now he's like, oh, he's not a replicant because he's in his 70s. He's making soup. I have seen Arrival. I read the short, like when the movie was going to come out, I read the book. I'd give it a solid 7.5 out of 10 for both the book and the movie. Like, Cesario, I haven't seen. And the reason why I give Arrival a 7.5 out of 10 isn't because of like the directing or the acting or anything like that. I just, the ending for me is kind of a little contrived with her picking up the phone and calling like the general and telling him like, your wife says she loves you. Like, that was a little contrived. Like the rest of the ending though, like where Amy, whatever her name is, the actress, like I forget the name of the character, but like her coming to accept what's going to happen in the future, like that was good. I know, Sammy. I know it's a message about humanity. Amy Adams, aka the ugliest Lois Lane. Margaret Kidder is still, in my opinion, the best looking Lois Lane in like film yet. God, I don't know why. I just don't know why they were like, Amy Adams should be our Lois Lane. Amy Adams, she's totally a Lois Lane kind of girl. God, that's another move. Like that's an entirely other franchise that like. See, like seeing all these movies just makes me go, you know what? Like, I really fucking wish I could just walk up to somebody and be like, hire me to write your goddamn remakes. You want hundreds of $1 million, you want this to be a big box office thing? Give me the reins, coach. Put me in the game, coach. I'm your Rudy. I'll do it. I'll carry us through this game for this one time. I'll be the underdog. I'll make your movie really fucking good. I have yet to see Prisoners. I'll have to watch that at a later date. But like, God, like me and like Napalm alone. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna say this, and I know Napalm probably isn't listening to this, and I doubt he ever does listen to these fucking streams. I'm gonna say this flat out. Napalm would be horrible for the DC like cinematic universe because he would want like armless fucking Tiger Man to be in a movie just because he wants him. Same with Marvel. Like Napalm is a massive comic book fan, as am I. I'm not asking for Squirrel Girl to be in a movie or have her own Netflix show because Oh, Jared Leto's in the new Blade Runner movie. Oh, and you still have hope, Sammy, for the new Blade Runner? Oh my God, I'm calling it now, Sammy. Jared Leto's going to be a replicant. He's going to be a motherfucking replicant, and he's going to be a crazy replicant. He's going to be like, oh God, I think her name is Nyx. The one replicant that puts spray paint makeup over her eyes. I feel like he's going to be the male equivalent of her, where he's just going to be fucking insane and doing all kinds of cartwheels and shit and seizing when he gets shot in the chest. And like choke. Oh God, can you imagine Jared Leto putting fucking Ryan Gosling in a scissor lock? Oh God, that is going to be just but like Napalm just thinks of insane comic book character, like really obscure characters that he wants to see in movies. And like I can get that. I can get behind some of those things. Like I joke with him that they should introduce Frog Thor at the end of the new Thor movie when that comes out as a post-credit scene. Like a sliver of Mjolnir falls down and like a frog just touches it and bam, he's now like a fucking frog Thor. Because then you could do the Pet Avengers as like a fucking funny little like side series thing. Or like a little mini, like one of those little mini like featurettes that they did for like Iron Man 3 and I think Thor 2. Which they haven't done a lot of those in a while, which is kind of sad. But like you could do like a little mini thing where like fucking the Pet Avengers do something. And so like I have a feeling like Napalm would just go off the walls insane with just any kind of plot when it comes to Marvel or DC. Like I try and keep it I feel like Napalm would make the movie for he's a comic book reader and a comic book fan making a movie for comic book readers and comic book fans. But like at the same time, I feel like he wouldn't really do a whole lot for general audiences, and that would turn off a lot of people. I am a comic book fan, and I make the movie for comic book fans, but I'd also make it so that like general audiences could sit down and watch the movie and they'd understand it and enjoy it. Like, there's just a few things you need to change about Batman v Superman to make it fucking amazing. That's it. Like, that's it. Like, that's all you have to do. Just change a few things in Man of Steel. And the movie will be 10 times better. Change a few. You know what? I'll say it. Change a few things in Suicide Squad. It'll make the movie better again. Drop the Enchantress. Make Jared Leto's the Joker the main villain. Make Jared Leto's Joker not a fucking retard, and actually make him more like the fucking Joker from the comic books. So it makes more fucking sense instead of what we got. Just do that. That's all you really have to change. That's all you really have to change. Joker's the main villain. Harley's like, oh hey, I'm a bust him out of prison. Just do like Escape from Arkham is an animated version of what the live action Suicide Squad should have been. I think they had Captain Boomerang. I think they had Deadshot in it. They didn't have Killer Croc. They had King Shark in it, and then they had Killer Frost, I think was her name, and like they had a few other characters that I can't remember, but like yeah, that whole plot was Harley wants to break the Joker out because now she's out of jail, and she has a bunch of supervillains that can help her out on it, and Batman comes in. Batman hops in, and like maybe you could do that. You could have Batman go in there because like in Escape from Arkham, Batman's trying to stop the Suicide Squad from releasing the Joker, and like insanity ensues, and then like the Suicide Squad is trying to kill Joker or stop Joker, while at the same time following their objectives. And Batman's trying to stop the Suicide Squad and the Joker, so you can do something like that. There you go. Interesting movie. Yeah, like DC, you have the fucking script already written up and already released in movie form, and it's like 4 or 5 years old. I think it came out in like 2011, 2012. No. 2013, maybe 2014. Yeah, something like that. There you go, Dan. That'd be a good fucking plot. Because then Harley would have a conflict of interest, and you could have her turn on everybody. And like, I think in Assault from Arkham, they actually like most of the Suicide Squad electrocutes themselves to short out the bombs in their necks. There you go. That's a funny yet tense fucking moment for characters that you like. Because I liked Killer Frost and I liked King Shark in that movie. Kind of weird that Killer Frost, aka a human, is totally feeling up and like sexually attracted to a bipedal humanoid shark. Little weird, but it's endearing because they actually have some chemistry. Like, I'd be fine with it. I'm not sure if general audiences would be fine with it, but hey, you could have done something. And then you could feel something for when one of the characters died. Also, like Napalm's pointed out, and I've pointed it out, and I agree with him, like, the movie's called Suicide Squad, and not a lot of the Suicide Squad dies. Like, in the comics, the Suicide Squad, like, loses, like, half to 3/4 of the team during certain story arcs. Plus, I don't even remember when, like, I remember them saying that it was set 6 months before Batman v Superman, and then they said that it was set 6 months after Batman v Superman, and then they were like, oh, this takes place a few weeks after Batman v Superman. And it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it would have made more sense if it was set 6 months before Batman v Superman. Then, because we know, like, in the movie, she's like, Amanda Weller is like, oh, well, there's metahumans. Like, she knows about the Flash. I think she knows about Batman and Superman. I think she knows about Wonder Woman, because I think she looks into it and shit like that. But like, there's superheroes out there. There's not a lot of them, but there's superheroes. Like, if it was set 6 months before Batman v Superman, and Amanda Weller was like, the reason why I want to make the Suicide Squad is so we have an option to stop Superman should he go rogue and kill us. It would have made much more sense. Much more sense, instead of like, Superman's dead, we don't have someone that can stop all these big galactic threats, even though we haven't had any galactic threats. Like, Batman could take out the Enchantress. The Flash could take out the Enchantress. The Enchantress, if I recall, is not that big of a fucking threat in the DC universe. Then again, I'm not really that well versed in the DC universe, so I could be completely wrong. Could be completely fucking wrong on that. Oh, God. Well, anyways, how are you guys doing? How are you doing, Sammy, Dan, and Jen? Just rambling up a fucking storm. Yep, exactly, Dan. There is a lot of superheroes that can take out the Enchantress just because of their powers. What? Homeland Security suspends implementation of travel ban. Give me a second. See, hope. So, Dan and Jen, you guys might not know this. I dropped the link in the group that me and Sammy are a part of. So, Sammy might click on the link and read the article. So, the Washington state judge that pretty much froze the travel ban that Trump's passed, the Department of Homeland Security has reviewed his findings and are standing by him. And now the only thing stopping it is the Department of Justice appealing his findings if they find it unjust or if they find something at fault. If his findings are true, and they are completely justified, the Department of Justice might side with him. Meaning Trump's 90-day travel ban could just disappear. He won't be able to do it. Hope. Oh, this is making me feel good for today. Also, Dan, never better, always worse. That's how I'm feeling. Never better, always worse. That's my motto. I know a few people get annoyed when I say that because they think it doesn't make sense. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's the truth. But yeah, I love talking about movies with you too, Dan. I remember, oh God, I remember many day where you and I would be on Blog TV just shooting shit. Just shooting the shit. Minding our own business in the Blog TV chat, just talking about movies. Thankfully, Blog TV is coming back, Dan. Thankfully, it is. Thankfully, it is. It's blogtv.ca. Let me check just in case. blogtv.ca. Yep, blogtv.ca. That's it. And I actually have to follow him on Twitter. Same here. When I just got internet back, Tech the Noob told me like, make a fucking account on Blog TV. And I'm like, they don't allow me to. And then he sent me the registration thing. Oh hey, Byron's following blogtv.ca. I'm hoping so here's my thing. I'm hoping Blog TV, like the new Blog TV, is not going to be shit. I'm hoping it's not going to be like a YouNow sort of thing. And I hope, oh, that's an adorable pug. I'm hoping like it's not going to be super uber bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping like it goes the same way it was way back when. Let's see. Give me a second. Oh, that's right, Condoleezza Rice. Oh, Lundy. Oh, today's World Cancer Day, apparently. All right, Dan. So here's an idea that I have for you. And I'm not sure if it'd work, but I feel like it'd be a lot less stressful for you, I think. And I've been thinking of doing this if I do a Let's Play. Do like 10 parts. So say you're doing a Skyrim Let's Play. Record 10 parts, maybe like an hour long each. Like edit it like after editing, like an hour long each. And just have those 10 in a folder. Then like the next day you Oh, okay. I thought I was the one that lost connection for a second. Because Dan's like, sorry, lost connection. Also, how you doing, Jen? Okay. So say you're recording Skyrim, just record 10 sessions, edit it down to like about an hour, hour and 15 or however long until it's like it gets to the point that you end the episode. And you put those 10 episodes in your Skyrim Let's Play folder. And then you do like Walking Dead Telltale series game. Do like 5 or 6 parts of that. Edit it up, get it all set up, put it in your Walking Dead folder, and then you do another game, like your main series, like say like the Skyrims is your main series because that's a long fucking game to play because there's a lot of things you can do, and just get like a couple like hour-long, 2-hour-long like quick games. Or like just quick play sessions and do like 2 or 3 of those and put those in like your miscellaneous folder for videos. And like that's like a, I don't know, like a three-day thing. Like 3 days of like recording and editing. Now you have 10 days worth of Skyrim videos you can upload. 5 days worth of Walking Dead stuff. And then you have 3 to 5 miscellaneous videos you can plug in. And that'll give you plenty of breathing room. plenty of breathing room to like upload those per day, and that gives you like the whole week to kind of relax and just keep up to date on that. Always have a surplus of videos. Like that's what I want to do. Like I feel like the reason why my Mega Man X playthrough doesn't have as many views is number one, I don't plug my shit. I'm too lazy to do that. Two, I didn't do a voiceover for it. I didn't record my voice talking. And then the third one was I just uploaded every single one of the video recordings like one after another as I was playing the game. I would say with commentary, Dan. With commentary is always better than without, from what I've seen. I mean, yeah, there's some big YouTubers out there that do like non-commentary let's plays. But like that's a very niche market. Like there's more people doing commentary playthroughs and they're getting more views, I think, and more subscribers from doing commentary. So I do that. Let's see. So I want to do a Skyrim Let's Play, but I want to do it in the style of Paul's Ego, who I'm not sure, Jen, if you know or not. I know Sammy does, and I think Dan knows who Paul's Ego is. Paul's Ego did probably the most interesting way you could do a Skyrim Let's Play, and I think it'd just be like just any open world RPG. What he did was he had his audience play the game for him in a sense. So what he would do is he was like, I'm going to make a character. I'm going to do a Skyrim Let's Play. This is just the announcement that I'm doing it. Go into the comments and write a small, like 1 or 2 paragraph backstory for the character, what race they are, what they should be, like what should their like preferred or primary skills be, and what should be like a few of the skills that they should like have for secondary stuff. And so he would pick out the best one that he liked or the most interesting. And so he played a skooma addict dark elf. And she was kind of a thief with a little bit of magic. And every episode, at the end of it, he would tell people, what do you want to see her do next? Just write down a short story, or write down like just a couple sentences, whatever you want me to do, and pick like what skills she should work on to achieve said goals. And I think it went on for like 15, 16 parts. And like people were starting to ask him, like, are you going to do the main plot line? Are you going to fight dragons? What happens if your character dies? And he was like, if the character dies and like people say like in that fucking that section, like if she dies, that's it. Like that, then that's it. I'll just pick it up again and we'll restart from scratch and we'll follow it through. So I kind of feel like I want to do that. Like, I'm probably just going to pick my standard Nord Ranger that I always play as. I might go like a sword fighting knight or something, depending. Not entirely sure. I don't do mages. Mages are just to me. I might play a paladin. Paladin would be pretty cool to play. I'd have to get a few mods though for like armor, so he could actually look like a fucking paladin. But yeah, just shit like that. I'd probably do. I'd probably have to have a fair amount of people like chiming in the comment sections to see what happens next. And so like that Skyrim playthrough is way in the back burner. Just way in the back burner. Like by the time, like if by the grace of the YouTube gods, I was able to amass a sizable fucking subscriber base that's like in the 500s. Like if I were to get fucking 500 subscribers, I'd be like, I'm a YouTube success. I got 500 subscribers. And like there was actual people commenting that just aren't stray fucking commenters that just found my video just through like randomly surfing YouTube. Like I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. Now I can actually do shit like that. But until then, I'm probably just gonna do a few Let's Plays of a few games, like Super Mario RPG. Gonna play that. KOTOR 2. Gonna play that. I might do a Fable playthrough. I'm not entirely sure yet because I don't believe I can play Fable in windowed mode. Because I don't have it on Steam. So that's a problem. But every other game I have, I could play in windowed mode, or I can find a way around it so that you guys could see the stream. Sadly, this laptop doesn't have stereo mixer, so you guys won't be able to hear the game, which kind of sucks because, God, Fable has some of the best fucking music in a video game. Same with KOTOR 2. Exactly, Dan. 500 active subs are better than thousands of inactive ones. Like, most of my subscriber base is just, like, friends of friends that I've subscribed to, and they subscribe to me back. That's about it. But, Super Mario RPG has amazing music too. Just like that's the problem I have is like I want you guys to hear the game and know what the fuck's going on instead of just like watching you guys are coming here for a talkie, not a silent film. This ain't the 20s. Like this is turning more towards the 30s. Like where a movie is a nickel and you get a commemorative plate and probably a free cigarette and a wheat penny after you're done watching your Nickelodeon. So like, I don't know, just shit like that I want to do. And I'm not looking for like, I'm not looking like to be famous. I know I'm not going to be famous on YouTube. Like, trust me, I sit and watch a lot of, like most of the like all my subscriptions. Like I sit there and watch and go, God, I wish I were like that. Like I could wake up, sit down at my desk, record something, and fucking instantly get like a 30,000 view video. Like even 30,000 views in like a day would be like amazing for me. But I know it's not going to happen. Like most of my views on YouTube are like two people watched something. Maybe somebody liked it. Maybe there's like 10 views on one here or there. Like I think the biggest ones I have, I think the biggest video I have is my Spider-Man 2099 speed drawing from like 4 or 5 years back, and that's got almost 20,000 views. Oh, I watch your stuff, Dan. I watch your stuff. I watch Byron's stuff. Usually I'll have it in the watch later list while I'm like lounging in bed or I'm eating or something, and usually I'll just forget to like the videos. I know I comment on Byron's videos when he's asking like people that were watching his videos for input. No problem, Dan. I've been watching you for, oh good God, 6 years? Going on 7? God, almost a decade. I am fucking old. I am old as shit. God damn. I really, really need. Oh boy. Oh, that's a depressing yet hilarious picture. Come on. Come on, Firefox, work. Work, work, work. Fuck me. Come on, Firefox. You piece of shit. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to turn the water on. Make some tea.